The MK Ultra program, for those of you who don't know, was a CIA program where they were actually credited for bringing in the age of Aquarius, and that's, you know, like all the hippies and stuff like that, dude. They were credited with bringing that in because of all the experiments they did with LSD.
Thought they were just being free.
Right.
Again, it shows how the liberal movement is used against people.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. But they thought that what happened was they were doing so many experiments with LSD, it ended up leaking into the streets, where they're like, fuck it, let's give it to the population and all this shit. You know what I mean? And exactly what you said. You know, people think like, oh man, I'm gonna, you know, do this and do that, and it's just another way of these motherfuckers fucking with people. You know, now at the end of the day, you know, people are making chemicals now, and it's different. It's not all directly related to the CIA, but that shit did not get into the streets. Think of how clean and like dandy life was in the 1950s, and you're telling me LSD came out of that into the 60s? No way, and not on an accident. You know what I mean? Obviously was released here. Try that one.
Yes, sir.
But anyways, check this out. So it's MK Ultra. Look it up for yourself. CIA mind control program.
Before you move on from MK Ultra,
I'm not going to.
you're keeping there.
Yeah,
All right, good,
I'm not. Bro, it's so consistent with what we got to talk about now.
Continue then.
Yeah, it's on now. It's on. We're banging on MK Ultra. So in 1952, a document states this is what the goal is, and I quote: controlling. This is MK Ultra. Controlling an individual to the point where he will do our bidding against his will, and even against such fundamental laws as self-preservation. Again, in 1975, the Church Committee, bro, found this out. Again, in 1975, the Church Committee found this out. It's a real program that uses mental, physical, and sexual abuse and psychotropic drugs to fucking brainwash people, bro.
Strong enough to reverse the universal law of self-preservation.
Exactly. That shit's crazy, bro. And then there was a dude named Dr. Cameron,
We're
bro.
drinking the Kool-Aid, man.
They decided to test Americans, right? So there's a doctor named Dr. Cameron at Ravenscraig, and they said he went further with inducing people under this state of LSD
Than anyone, yeah.
and electroshock, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine? I mean, you've never done it, but I've done LSD, bro. If you electrocuted me while I was frying on LSD, I'd be devastated, bro. You would completely fuck up my trip, bro. I would be so fucking scared. I'd be terrified, so I can't imagine. And the doses, I did a little thing on paper, bro. They had fucking hypodermic needles filled up with LSD, dude. Man. And I'm like, yo, dude, how much did you give these motherfuckers, bro? They were branding women, and the women are still alive to this day.
I saw that. It was a cult. Yeah,
exactly. So, his goal was to like brainwash, wipe the mind, bro. He would play messages. Repetitive messages 250,000 times to brainwash people, dude. Like some Manchurian candidate shit. It's called psychic driving.
Right. So now I'm going to tell you what my conclusion was, because we kind of fast forwarded there.
Please
and
do.
I'm ready for it.
Please do.
We're all under MK Ultra.
Sure. Man, I believe you.
If there's a minor and a maximum, or a micro and a macro, the situations you just explained of the actual people who are they're locked down or they're being tested on physically, like actually being physically put through these things against their will or not against their will. That's the micro. The macro to me is what we're pointing out right now.
Right.
These cartoons.
Right.
The messaging, the television, the media through the radio, just the bombardment of information being given to you, a narrative being given to you.
And you might be asking, James.
And then what they say,
I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead.
Electric shock. What are the other things that they do? And then drug inducement.
Oh, yeah.
And we're all on drugs. If it's
We
not
are right now.
pharmaceuticals, it's self-induced, or if it's through the food, the medicine, the
We're
air,
all
whatever
medicated.
it is. Yeah, we're medicated. So to me, in a small level, we're all under the spell, the MK Ultra.
Kush and Chemtrails, the world's most dangerous podcast.